Good morning, YouTube people. Melissa the Homestead Mama, and today we're going to talk about energy drinks, how they destroy your body, and alternatives. We're also going to discuss my most favorite tea in the whole wide world, and that is red Rooibus tea or Rooibus tea. It is a tea from South Africa. And before we get started, I'm going to give everybody a few more minutes to get in here. But before we get started, I'll just go ahead and tell you, I had started drinking energy drinks because of like wanting to have enough energy to get through the day and do extra stuff and all that kind of stuff. And you quickly find yourself addicted to that energy. So, I mean, I don't know if I would say, hey, RSJ Texas, good morning. Good morning, Valerie. So I don't know if I would say that I was completely addicted to these drinks. Hey, Jennifer Russell. Yes. So the alternative is, what can I do to get off these energy drinks that still replace my body's energy? So what I started doing was just trying to not drink the energy drinks. For one, a lot of them carry satanic symbolism on the bottle. A lot of them, like the Monster drinks, they have that mark on there. This is one of my old cans. They have that mark on there, va, 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 which is 666. They have, you know, the cross on there, like an Antichrist kind of move. So when you turn the bottle up, the cross is upside down. There's all kinds of satanic symbolism in the energy drinks. So that was one reason why I needed to get off of them. And then, hey, KK, another reason why is because when you don't have those energy drinks, you feel worse than you did when you didn't have them. So, and this is going to be, I hope, helpful for many people, whether they're trying to get rid of energy drinks or not. But moving over to an herbal tea, and if you need caffeine, you had an energy drink one time and had to take a nap. If you have to have caffeine, if you're a person who needs that stimuli, then drink good old-fashioned organic coffee, local roasted if you can find it. But good old-fashioned organic coffee is one of the best ways to meet your caffeine desires. I know there's a lot of people out there that will say caffeine is horrible for you, blah, blah, blah. Well, the simple truth of the matter is that God made everything out there for our use. And coffee it's higher in vitamin C than orange juice. So it's not always that we should look at, oh, caffeine is bad. Too much caffeine is bad. But some caffeine is very good at stimulating circulation. It's very good for skin. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to caffeine. So my goal was not to get rid of the caffeine. My goal was to get off the energy drinks because of the vitamins that they're depleting of your body. So if you look at an energy drink, I'm just going to cover some of what is in the energy drink first, and then I'm going to compare it to herbal tea or vitamins that you can even buy over the counter. What gives you your super boost of energy is vitamin B6 and B12. And so an energy drink claims to have 100% of that, plus 140 to 155 milligrams of caffeine. So your energy isn't coming necessarily from the B vitamins. It's coming from, which is what I thought I was getting. It's coming from the caffeine. So that's probably way more caffeine than most people need in a day, whether it's at one shot or spread out. But it contains vitamin B3 at 100%, but it also has that ingredient that tears up your liver, and that is niacin. Now, niacin is a vitamin that you need, just like vitamin B6 or B12, but too much niacin contributes to fatty liver, liver cancer, jaundice, hepatitis, all those things. When you are consuming niacin at a rate in which you weren't meant to, too much, your body basically, because the liver is the filter, I don't know if it's storing it there, but from everything that I have read, that is one of the major components. And if you read ingredients on anything, all these B vitamins and niacin included are added to all of the foods that are processed, from flour to biscuits, to crackers, to any processed grain item has niacin and B vitamins added. So what we really need to do is start asking ourselves, why are we consuming all these B vitamins? Yes, they do give us energy, but we're replacing what we should be getting from food with these synthetic vitamins. So that's our first problem. Secondly, the energy drinks don't even have enough B vitamin 6 and 12 in there to really do anything. When the government gives you a minimum, let's just say the minimum is X amount of units per day. When they give you a daily amount that you should consume, you might as well increase that by like 10 times, because they make those daily recommended amounts based on the lowest amount possible to stay alive. So let's just say the vitamin C recommended daily dose of vitamin C is 2,000 milligrams. Well, you probably need to consume 10 then, because they base theirs on the least amount that you're going to need to survive. All right. So let's just compare. I have got some drops I'm going to go get. Give me a second. All right, so this is my sublingual drop of B12, and this is a generic version. It doesn't have to be any name brand. This is liquid B complex with boost of B12. This is way more potent than an energy drink. An energy drink claims to give you 100% of your B6 and B12. The liquid drops give you 131% of B2, 125% of B6, and 50,000% of B12. So you're knocking it out of the ballpark when you consume liquid vitamins, and their Bs are readily absorbed or more easily absorbed rather than taking a pill if you will use them liquid sublingually rather than a pill, because your body doesn't absorb it as well from the stomach lining as it does under the tongue. So a good dose of liquid B vitamins are going to give you 50,000% of B12 and 130 or 125% B6. It does have niacin, 125% of niacin, your B2. So you're getting there's no comparison what you get in a good complex B vitamin liquid form compared to an energy drink, minus the caffeine. Now, my favorite herbal tea that I'm trying to consume right now is red Rooibus tea. And there's a green Rooibus. It's the same tea without the leaves fermented. Once the leaves are fermented, they turn red, and it produces this I'm going to show you. Here's a package that I bought from Bulk Herb Store, and I'm not trying to sell for them. It's just where I buy the tea. You can find it on Amazon or anywhere else. It's an organic red tea from South Africa, and it's not even a true tea like we think of black tea. Here, let's see if I can. It's made of these tiny little bitty needle-like leaves that are fermented, and it's ground into very fine particles. And I use, they say use 1 to 2 tablespoons per 8-ounce cup of boiling water. I use probably 4 times that. Well, maybe double that. Probably about 4 tablespoons per cup is about what I use. Now, here's the thing about the energy drinks and why. I had been drinking this red Rooibus tea a long time ago, and I noticed that it helps fertility. This tea adds back all those micronutrients and all those micro minerals that are being depleted when you drink things like carbonated beverages or energy drinks. How many people in this country do you know have a magnesium deficiency? Almost everyone walking has a magnesium deficiency. We would normally get our magnesium from groundwater, but because our groundwater is cleaned and they take all the minerals out and they put tons of toxic chemicals like fluoride and chlorine in there, we no longer have the magnesium, the iron, the zinc, all those things that we would get from water that our ancestors got, or from the ground, from our food. So we need to add those things back into our diet. When we drink energy drinks, because of the phosphoric acid that they add to these energy drinks, or any carbonated drinks have phosphoric acid. The phosphoric acid, or phosphorus, pulls all of those needed minerals out of your body, out of your bones, out of your teeth. Hey, Virginia Gibson. So where did I buy the red Rooibus tea? This one is from bulkherbstore.com. You can find it on Amazon. All right, so back to the minerals that are depleted. So while you're drinking an energy drink and you think, oh, why does magnesium help with pain? Well, on a cellular level, all of those micronutrients are needed for good bones and good joints. So whether or not it helps by itself, see, that's another thing. When we take vitamins by themselves, like if you took a magnesium pill, it's probably not even going to be absorbed in your body. You're probably going to piss it out. But getting it through your food, it's easily absorbed, and it works synergistically with all the other nutrients and vitamins in that food combined, which makes it much more powerful. Magnesium and pain, I'm not sure. There's a whole bunch written on magnesium helping with neuropathy, sleep, hair loss. There's a ton of things that magnesium helps with. But what it does exactly for pain, I'm not sure. I just know it does help with pain from arthritis. It does help with the pain from neuropathy. So when you drink things like these energy drinks, your Sprites, your Dr. Peppers, your Cokes, I try to keep those out of my house as much as possible. Sometimes the kids are allowed a soda for a treat, but that's not our everyday drink. I hate carbonated drinks. And for a long time, and still, I don't drink them. I don't drink Coke. I'll occasionally have a Sprite if I'm, just wanting something to settle my stomach for the soda, for the carbonation. But I don't drink Coke. I don't drink Dr. Pepper. I drink tea. And if I'm really going to splurge, I'll drink sweet tea. That's the house wine of the South. So everybody around us has sweet tea on hand at all times. We have to make 3 gallons a day to keep our house stocked up for the 10 people that come and go. So let's go back to what your body is missing when you drink carbonated beverages or energy drinks. It depletes, the phosphoric acid depletes you of your magnesium, your calcium, your zinc, your iron, all of those vital minerals that you need to be consuming, okay? And I'm sure there's a ton more, but these are the ones that the studies and statistics that I've researched have cited. But those, especially magnesium, manganese, all of those minerals that you would get from groundwater that you're not getting, that you would get from your food that you're not getting. So what little bit you have left in your body, these carbonated drinks are pulling all of that out. So how do you replace it? Well, one good way is herbal teas, and red Rooibus tea is very high in some vitamins, and I found tons of literature on it, but I had drinking it for a long time, and then I quit. I guess I just quit buying it over the internet. But I noticed that my vitality, my strength, my energy, my clear-headedness, all of that was through the roof when I was drinking my red Rooibus tea. Here's some things that it does have in it. Folates. It doesn't have niacin or B vitamins, but it is very high in vitamin C. It also has calcium, iron, magnesium, and zinc. So now, and it says it has these in small amounts, so I just make my tea stronger so that I can re-energize my body with those minerals and get it a little more concentrated. The fermentation process of the leaves, like I said before, will turn the original green tea into a red tea. And the one that is the strongest in the vitamins and minerals and protection for your body, and I'll go into that in a minute, is the red. So look for the red Rooibus tea. It's grown in South Africa in a mountainous region. And if any of y'all do-it-yourselfers wanted to give it a try, you could probably grow it in Appalachia, that region. It needs a warm climate, but it needs a mountainous climate, or a mountainous region, rather. All right, here are just some things that Dr. Mercola has to say about it. It protects cells against free radicals. It's been shown to reduce the risk of cancer because it is an anti-mutagen or an anti-tumor. It has the antioxidants that show it is an anti-mutagen. It has been shown to improve heart health. And when you take these energy drinks in, Coke is bad enough with the caffeine, the high fructose corn syrup, killing the pancreas, killing the heart, the sugar, racing. All that's bad enough. But adding something back into your diet that not only adds vitamins and minerals back into your body, but helps to reduce the risk of all these other problems that these carbonated drinks create, such as heart disease. According to studies, the tea may help improve heart health by inhibiting the angiotensin converting enzyme. This enzyme causes blood vessels to contract, indirectly increasing blood pressure levels. So it indirectly decreases or can help regulate blood pressure, regulate glucose levels. With type 2 diabetes, the aspalathin found in the red Rooibus tea has an anti-diabetic effect, which may help lower blood sugar levels and reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. It's been known the world over to help promote healthy skin and hair. Whether in Africa or anywhere else in the world, that's one of its biggest, most appealing reasons why women have drank it throughout the centuries. Red Rooibus is rich in antioxidants, so therefore fighting those free radicals with antioxidants, because free radicals are those things in oxygen that break down your body. It has been shown to help protect the skin and hair against the negative effects of free radicals, such as aging, such as dark spots, such as wrinkles. It also contains an alpha hydroxy acid, which is helpful in alleviating many skin conditions. So red rashes, eczema, things like that. If I was someone with rosacea, you're welcome, KK. If I was somebody with rosacea, I would definitely be drinking this tea in concentrated doses. Maintains healthy brain function. Research shows that regular intake of the red Rooibus tea may help protect the brain against they're actually called paradoxation lipids. And what they are is they are brain cell destroying lipids that help that start to initiate the decay of the brain. And so this is saying that it could possibly help with aging and preventing disorders like Alzheimer's. Now, in comparison, your energy drinks are high in one of our most favorite ingredients, which is aspartame. Changed up a little bit, we could call it ascolfame. This actually has the ingredient to create holes in the brain. If y'all have not looked into aspartame or ascolfame, that one's an old one. Bush's buddy, I can't remember his name, the creator of the aspartame thing. Anyway, yes, aspartame and ascolfame have been proven to cause things like holes in the brain and to increase Alzheimer's and conditions like that. Whereas the red Rooibus tea has been proven to help deplete or diminish those effects. All right. Also to enhancing bone health because of the mineral content, reduce digestive problems. It's been used for a remedy for colic the world over. It does help to aid in soothing the stomach. It does help to aid, it is an antispasmodic, so it can help aid when someone is sick. Let's say they are sick at their stomach, that kind of thing. It's been proven to aid with sleep, to help possibly alleviate allergies and headaches. What else? Metabolism. It has been proven to help increase metabolism. And let's see, I write tons of notes. So, all right. Its phenolic compounds, which are found to be helpful at things like diabetes, lowering your LDL or your bad cholesterol, the oxidation stress on the body overall, and helping to regulate blood pressure, as well as that blood sugar mentioned. So many people drink it for a remedy to many skin conditions. Again, redness, drying, eczema, acne, wrinkles, all that kind of stuff. The antioxidants in there are so high, and it's very high in vitamin C. It's also been proven to be antibacterial, antifungal, anti-tumor, and anti-inflammatory. We mentioned the anti-tumor a minute ago when I said it was an anti-mutagen. Some studies have said that it doesn't contain any vitamin C. I found that somewhere. I don't remember where, but many other studies I've read said it does contain vitamin C. So, and it's very high in ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. So it might be a question of what it's being called as to whether or not it's listed as a vitamin. So anyway, it is caffeine free, so it does not overstimulate the body. I do not tell my kids caffeine is bad. I do not tell them that they need to avoid caffeine at all costs. I am a person that does not jump on bandwagons. So when everybody was coming out with this kombucha, and, we got to make kombucha, we got to drink kombucha, it's so good, it's so good. I was like, nah, I'll go back to my red Rooibus tea. Everybody was like, coconut oil, coconut oil, coconut oil. I was like, nah, I'll use my organic safflower oil, which is even higher in oleic acids than coconut oil. But when you jump on these bandwagons, anti-caffeine, you got to realize that there is usually an agenda behind whatever health benefit they're trying to sell you on. A couple of years back, we saw this big push for whole grains. Well, people, why do you think that is? Because they're able to turn out the whole grain industry so fast now because of the Roundup being used on the crops that they have more grain than can be consumed. The same thing happened to the milk industry. Ben's family were dairy farmers for 40 years. They had to shut it down because there was more milk out there on the market than people were consuming, which dropped the milk prices and put a ton of farmers out of business, which was what it was done by design. If you haven't picked up on the fact that they are actually trying to put farmers out of business, then I can't help you there either. Maybe you should do more research and play less video games. But anyway, back to the push for certain fads. Step back and think about how your body is operating, what you have done in the past that seems to give your body a positive energy field, a positive boost, that seems to make you feel more alive, give you more vitality, more energy, and branch off on your own instead of being told what to do all the time. Because I have found the more I listen to my body, I never go wrong, whether I'm losing weight, whether I'm exercising, whether I'm trying to just add vitamins and minerals back to my body and get on a healthier path, having a baby. That is probably one of the biggest things that God taught me, was that, one, your body has to be at a certain weight and a certain health. It needs to have a certain balance to it, and you need to have a certain amount of vitamins and minerals that you're intaking. Another thing God taught me is, especially in labor and delivery, listen to your body. Whether it's the food you eat, whether it's delivering that baby, your body tells you what it needs. It's better than a computer. It's a perfectly programmed, perfectly designed group of systems that God created to speak to you. Just the same way He made it to be able to heal a wound by scabbing over, and that it's natural protective Band-Aid. And now, what is science coming up with? The medical industry is saying a lot of wounds need to heal what? From the inside out. So we need to do away with so much bandages. Yes, bandages are appropriate when there is a severe wound or a surgery. For some reason, it's gaping open, but not always. Most of the time, a laceration can heal on its own best without a Band-Aid. That just keeps in moisture and is a breeding ground for germs. So listen to your body, whether it's how it heals itself or what it needs. I encourage you to look into other teas. That just happens to be my most favorite one. I ended up getting pregnant last time I was consuming red Rooibus tea. And there are studies out there that say that it does help with fertility. It helps. The one that I found most interesting was the studies that linked it to help with male infertility. But I know that the last time I got pregnant, my husband was not drinking it. I was. And it wasn't very long after I had started up a batch of it and started consuming it that bam, I was pregnant. I was like, wow. So it is one of my favorites, and it's a great alternative to those nasty energy drinks. Jennifer Russell, okay, you're glad you're allergic to aspartame, so no gums, no nasty energy drinks. That's my downfall. I am addicted to gum. I used to be a smoker, and I found that I needed to keep myself busy, my mouth or my hands. And so if I'm not like outside working in the garden or cleaning house or doing something to keep my body going, working out, I need to be chewing some gum. It helps me not eat. It helps me not want to smoke, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to smoke anymore. I've passed that point. I cannot stand the smell of smoke. It makes me want to vomit. But it does help keep me doing something, and I figure that's better than overeating or smoking or whatever. So gum helps me out sometimes. That's my downfall, and I do know that they put that aspartame in gum, so that's my next thing to quit. But am I saying something, Jennifer Russell? No, not really. I'm just saying that I'm trying to get my body back into a better condition. And so I'd lost a whole bunch of weight through the wintertime. And I got almost underweight for my size. So then I tried to gain a little bit of weight back. And I've been working out a lot. So some of it's muscle. But at the same time, the energy drinks, I think, are what caused me to lose too much weight. Bazooka is the only gum with sugar, but hard to find. Okay, that's good to know, because Ben doesn't even want to let the kids chew gum because of all the aspartame in there. And he told me, he was like, well, I guess our kids won't ever be able to have gum again. But we do let them chew it, but not all the time. They don't chew it as much as I do. They're more regulated. Now, how to drink your tea. Red Rooibus tea is, to me, better consumed warm. But I have put it in gallon jugs. In fact, I've got a pot in there I'm making right now. I'm making a gallon jug of it. And I will put it in the refrigerator. It's got a mild citrusy taste. It's got a robust flavor. If you're not somebody that's big on herbal teas, it might be hard to stomach. I let Ben try it yesterday. He couldn't handle it. But you can warm it. Even if you keep it in the fridge, warm it slightly, add a little bit of honey. Or you can make it fresh, which is always best, and add a little bit of honey. But I prefer it without honey. I'm trying to avoid a lot of sugars, so I just drink it plain. I'll drink it at room temperature, warm, cold, it doesn't matter. I just drink it plain. And my favorite way is to I think I put about 4 tablespoons to a cup of water. Bring it to a boil. As soon as it starts to boil, I turn it off, let it sit and steep about 10 minutes, and strain off all those little granules. I don't really have a good tea strainer. I need one. But I just run it through a cloth, and that's how I prefer to drink it. But it is a really good way to add those minerals back into your body that we all need. Another good way to add magnesium back to your body, and I mentioned this a long time ago, is the oil that you can just rub on, because magnesium does not absorb orally unless you have those prills. The magnesium prills are a set of rocks that you set inside a gallon jug of water, and it takes about 24 hours for them to infuse the water. So you can Google magnesium prills or magnesium oil or gel for rubbing on your skin. And those are some really good ways to get magnesium back into your body if you need a boost. I know women who have had to go to special treatment centers and have intravenous magnesium put into them because they were so low. Magnesium, D3, calcium. So if you find yourself very low on those things and you're not trying to do anything to replace them, you can end up in the hospital, and it's serious. Magnesium is probably one of the world's worst right now for both men and women when it comes to us being depleted of it, because the things we do take what little bit we have in our body out, and if we're not able to get, yes, Rooibus, yes, Rooibos, and if we're not able to get those minerals from our food because we're buying processed food, or even produce from the store doesn't have it, and we're not getting it from good ground and growing our own food, and we're not getting it from our water, we're not getting it. But whatever else what little bit we are getting, or whatever little bits in our body, that's being pulled out by these carbonated drinks. So start looking at other ways to add those minerals back in. One of my favorites is the red Rooibus tea, and I did get that at Bulk Herb Store. I have no relationship with them whatsoever. I do not advertise for them. I'm just telling you where I got mine. You can probably find an organic red Rooibus tea on Amazon, sold by many places. But that is my favorite, if you want to say, vitamin replacement tea. And I also do the liquid B vitamins. I take high doses of liquid B vitamins and biotin, zinc, CoQ10. I alternate evening primrose, black cohosh. I take a ton of vitamins and herbal supplements when the money's there. When the money's not there, then it's drink your tea and be happy. I also extended that 20% sale on our website through this week because some people had mentioned not being able to use the coupon or whatever. So if you want to go on there until, I believe, Saturday or Sunday, it's thank you 20. The thank you is in all caps. There's no space, just thank you 20, and it gives you 20% off. All right, does anybody have any questions about the tea? If not, I'm going to get off here. Low or high magnesium can be dangerous. Oh, that's right. That's right. The magnesium, if you're not combining that with potassium, can be deadly. So if you are having to increase your magnesium, I would also increase potassium as well. Watch those side by side. Thank you very much for mentioning that. I'm appreciative of that very much. My grandmother actually had a lot of heart trouble before she died, and every time her magnesium or potassium got off, she was in the hospital. It was very dangerous. So look into that. I can't prescribe anything. I'm not a doctor, so you do your own research, do your own due diligence. Thank y'all very much for joining us, and y'all have a great day. Thank you, Virginia Gibson. Oh, you tried it and it didn't work? All right, well then I'll get on my computer right this minute and figure out what's going on. Sometimes there's a button I may not have pushed that enabled it or whatever. So let me go look into that. I've got so much to do today. Thank y'all, and I'll go get on that, Valerie, right now. Y'all have a great day.